Hello and welcome to Battlestar Galactica. He's Matt, I'm Nat, and let's get started. Well, actually, I'm going to start it off. I wanted to start by saying that, holy crap, that was a much better episode than I was anticipating, based on the commercials that we had initially seen.
Yeah, something interesting that it looks like RDM's working on now is they seem to do 2 commercials.
Yeah.
Which makes sense considering the fact that there's always an A story and a B story going on in these episodes anyway. So the only commercial we had seen leading up until maybe 2 days before it was
the Love Square.
The Love Square story.
Which is an interesting story in itself.
Which was an interesting story for a while, but it's starting to drag.
Fine, fair enough.
When it came time to watch the episode, like maybe half an hour before it, I actually got to see the trailer for Baltar's torture. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great episode, Baltar! And yeah, it was awesome. And I love this.
Right, well, I was just going to say the interesting part about this episode, which is a kind of side note, but neat to point out, is the fact that it was directed by Edward James Olmos.
Which is pretty interesting, because he had a pretty big role in this one. Mm-hmm. The last time he directed one, it was Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, which was kind of a comedy.
Funny episode with Ty's wife.
Yeah, so it even had like that cool cliche ending where everyone was happy. So this was very much not that episode.
This is Matt's favorite type of episode, a Baltar-centric episode?
Right. You know, there were a couple episodes this season where he wasn't even in it. So, you know what?
This one made up for it, eh?
This pays off.
So
totally.
how about we talk about what happened with him?
Let's do it.
What didn't happen with him?
Between the suicide attempt, the torture, him waking up in a resurrection chamber not once but twice.
Oh my gosh, that first time, I really thought that, Roland D. Moore was just throwing it out there in your face like, oh, by the way, people, yeah, he's a Cylon.
Yeah, but it was very cool when they pulled it right back. I was impressed.
Yeah.
The fact that he's talking about being innocent and honestly believes it. Like, when
his subconscious seriously believes that he's not a Cylon and that he's innocent.
Yeah, he remembers everything he has to remember to believe that he's a complete victim.
Interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting that it's subconscious.
From a point of view, he has just been played constantly. And, when he's about to be thrown out an airlock, he believes he's innocent. It doesn't matter what you put under him. And even when those drugs were in him, he still believed he was innocent.
Right.
And that was that.
He was just a pawn. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, he gave the impression he wasn't hiding anything.
It was interesting.
Now, Rosalyn was amazing. Mary McDonnell friggin' delivered. I could not believe how intense she was. In that hallway, just throw him out the airlock. I couldn't believe it.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. She was so intense.
However James almost pulled that out of her, I don't know, but it was awesome. Way to go. Good on everybody for that.
And speaking of this episode, and Rosalyn, she interacts with 6 apparently that we didn't
in the bonus scene, which is interesting. If you cut out early, or if you're in any country but America, you don't get to see this bonus scene, which was awesome, apparently. We've read umpteen blogs about how it went. We've learned a lot about it, but if anyone wants to post it on YouTube, we'd love that. So, awesome scene,
Anyway, the
apparently.
fact that... Well, what are they discussing in the bonus scene, Matt?
They basically discuss the fact that 6 is going to testify against Baltar in a fair trial, which is awesome, because if she gives all of her testimony, Baltar is innocent. Like, really, what can she say Baltar did? He was guilty of poor business model. Nobody dies over doing bad business.
Does she care for his well-being? Do you think that she wouldn't try to screw him over?
She got pretty slight. She's a woman scorned right now, man.
Yeah.
She was pissed off when Deanna went down with him. So it's understandable that she might want to crucify him.
Maybe.
But by the same token, maybe she just wants to
what's
set
her
him
motive
free.
behind it?
Indeed. What is her motive?
Looking forward to that.
So beyond that, the love square was great in this episode. It might have gotten tied up, which is great. The idea that maybe when Lee dropped that ring, he was just, I can't lose Duwala. That's it. And
some sort of symbolism there. His desperation for
he really cared. Yeah, he really cared.
Her love. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It's interesting to see that he and Starbuck are, I suppose, done, and she's trying to work it out with
Andrews. But I mean, that's happened before.
Who really knows?
So we'll see.
I really feel
Last time they tried to do that, there was marriages, and that didn't do anything.
No, deep down, I believe that Apollo is supposed to be the Starbuck. I mean, I think it's pretty evident.
Yeah, I think
they're
it
kind
makes
of bad
sense.
for each other, but good for each other at the same time.
Well, because Lee's so nice, and Starbuck is just such a bitch.
Hey, back off.
What? Honestly. Anyway. So on to a lighter subject. We have decided to come up with a new section of the show called Fan of the Week. We decided to come up with it. Well, I can't really take the credit at all.
No,
our Fan
Matt.
of the Week this week is the guy who came up with the idea of Fan of the Week. His name is Matt. He's from Georgia. Matt enjoys hot tubbing, sushi, and long walks on the beach. No, I just
did you just make that up?
Yeah, anyway, so check him out, talk with him. He's a big fan of BSG, and he's Fan of the Week because he thought of it. So if you guys want to be fan of the week,
feel free to drop us a line.
Yeah, drop us a comment.
Any of the forums that you can see our show.
On VO.com, on MySpace, Google, YouTube, on BSGcast.com.
Right.
Yeah, anywhere you want. And tell us why you're the fan of the week. And
let us know if it's lame.
Yeah, or tell us if it's a really bad idea. Because if the idea really sucks, then we'll just cut it out.
Or just, give Matt from Georgia the credit for it.
And we'll just blame it all on Matt. So there we go. So anyway, next week's episode for us is going to be about the fact that there is no episode next week. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about theories. We're going to talk about all the different things in the last 2.5 seasons that have brought us to here. And everything from photos of paintings that were actually there, yes, it was there, to anything you can think of. So drop us a line in the next few days. Tell us what you think.
Share your thoughts, people.
What theories you have, and we'll take credit for them. No.
We'll be happy to discuss it.
We'll discuss them. Yes, we'll discuss them with you.
And obviously, we should kind of talk about the episode that we're going to be seeing in a couple of weeks.
This is very interesting because, again, two different commercials. Commercial 1 gives us something interesting about the Sagittarians and some kind of racism that seems to be going on between the colonies.
A genocide, a Sagittarian genocide, it seems.
Yeah, with a doctor that's trying to cut him out of the picture, which is neat. It's a story that was going on under the table for a while, but it eventually got cut out according to some of the Ronald D. Moore podcasts. But this is a point for it to come out, which is cool.
Yeah.
But the more interesting part of this is that we get to see Baltar, clean-shaven, wearing that suit again, which means only one thing. Head Baltar. We've got Six is talking to the version of him inside of her head again. And it's going to be very interesting to see how these two versions of one another, the engrams they seem to have of memories of one another, relate to each other.
Right. It'll be interesting to see that. And then, of course, the obvious story of Baltar's trial and Rosalyn and Zarek
discussing whether it should even happen. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Definitely.
Zarek's grown on me. I really like him.
Yeah.
I love hearing what he has to say now.
For a character who was kind of an ass, he's come a long way.
Yeah.
He's very cool now.
Anyway, sounds good.
That's it. So we look forward to talking to you next week about nothing but theories. We don't have to actually go through anything but 3.5 years of show. So there we go.
Nice.
We're happy to talk to you guys next week. Drop us a comment, and that's that.
Sounds good. Bye, Matt.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm Nat. See you later.